Good morning, Stockton, California. You are inside the Rise and Shine 209 morning show. Hopefully you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, go to the KXVS Facebook page, the Voice of Stockton Facebook page. The live stream is up right now. If you're listening on TuneIn, if you're watching one of our, I'm surprised you don't have your Facebook Live up, Miz J.
Boom, it's right there.
Oh, sir, perfect. Excellent. But you are inside Stone Soup Studios right here off the beautiful Miracle Mile in rainy Stockton, California today. Mm-hmm. And so you are with me, London Mark. Of course, Miz J is over here.
In the house.
Over to my right. I'm sure Alex will be back in the studio in just a moment. He's always running around getting stuff ready. I don't know what's going on with that guy. And then we're also joined by our first guest of the week,
Woohoo!
Kyle.
What's up? What's up?
Basketball coach.
Yes.
How's life, man?
Life is good. Let's just keep going. Basketball coach, mentor, leader, behavioral specialist, if you want to get with my 9 to 5. But yes, I do many things. Life is going good, busy, but definitely grateful, definitely blessed to be here, definitely honored to be the first guest of the week and start this Black History Month off week right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And so he's the first of 5 guests that we're going to have this week for our Black History Month guest lineup week. There's also going to be another guest calling in later from New Zealand, a friend of mine who is going to call in to talk politics with us and talk American culture with us from an outsider's perspective. Mm-hmm. So that'll be happening in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And so that'll be really awesome.
Definitely.
But Alex is back in the studio. How are you doing, Alex?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah.
Is that a basketball court I see on your screen?
Yeah.
See? It's going to be a sports show.
I'm ready. It's basketball. I already told y'all. I'm good with the basketball.
Which isn't
It's going to be sports. It's going to be whatever you guys want to get into.
All inclusive.
These two, I already know what they want to get into. Do you see what hats they have? They came ready today. They came
I'm sorry.
up and ready today.
I see the
basketball
basketball hat.
Yeah.
I gotta get a. I don't have a hat.
Well, I'm wearing my Kings gear because I'm going through a hard time. I'm going through a breakup right now.
And Boogie is gone.
I'm going through a hard time right now. So shout out to all the Kings fans out there, all the ones who remain loyal and didn't jump on that Warrior bandwagon. But enough about that. We can get into that just a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's going on with you, Kyle? What's life like for you right now? Mostly when I hear about you, I've heard about you from Miz J. We've heard about you from Miz J. That you've been an excellent mentor. You coach basketball. Take us through what that's like for you and where you see that going for you.
Well, as far as with the whole basketball sports thing, me and my uncle, Tim Hunt, had co-founded One Ball Basketball. And how that came to be, I'm just sitting up one night with him, and because we were coaching down in San Jose, and I had been telling him how I want to make an impact on the youth here in this city where we live, because what's the point of traveling 70 miles, 3-4 times a week to pour into kids that I don't see every day or that don't really know me. They just only know me from basketball, and so I was like, man, I feel like if you live somewhere, then you should try to have an impact on that place where you live. And so we were up at 2 a.m. one night, just sitting there throwing out ideas. And I'm like, hey, dude, let's just start our own program here. I've already worked in SUSD, and so I kind of already have an in there. And he was like, yeah. And then so that's how it just birthed. Started from just that conversation, and then we came up with the name One Ball Basketball. And so the whole premise behind that, which I know most people don't know, if you're able to look at our logo, you can go to oneballbasketball.org, or you can check us out on Instagram at oneballbasketball_. And so there's 5 hands on the ball, and what that represents is family, teamwork, unity, because no matter how you slice it, there's only one ball. There's not 5 basketballs for 5 different players. Mm-hmm. And so everybody has to work as one to reach goals, whether it's to stop stop the offense, whether it's to score on offense, and so stuff like that. So that's kind of where the premise comes from. And then so pretty much, man, it's just work, just a lot of work building the program, getting good team members, getting good families to come and join the program, because we're not just about basketball. As we've been saying, we're much more than that. We're about being mentors for our young men and women here, so that way we can grow this city and we can be positive in this city.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching going on, 5 years now. I started at Peyton Elementary off of Holman and Grove book. Shout out to Peyton. That was where they gave me my first start.
Hey, Miss D.
Yeah, Miss D, Sherry, Jackson, Larry.
That's right. You guys went there, huh?
No.
Just you?
No, not at all.
No.
I just know Miss D is
Oh.
one of the team moms, and she teaches.
Oh, gotcha,
there at
okay.
Peyton.
Ms.
That's
D is
all.
one
No,
of our great parents that teaches
I
second
told
grade.
I'm straight Southside Stockton. I don't know nothing about past.
Well, I know that you two
Charter Way,
ended up having
okay.
one of you guys ended up having sharing a teacher. I'm not sure where that was.
Yeah, that was what, 6th grade?
Yeah, Miss Simpson, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Simpson.
Same school though, right?
Yeah, same school
Okay.
at Taylor.
So that's all. That's all I was getting at.
So yeah.
So you started at elementary school, and now are you still teaching the same demographic, the same age?
Coaching?
Yeah.
So I don't teach.
Teaching, coaching.
Yeah. So I coach because I want to make sure, because I don't want to be disrespectful to the actual teachers that are going in there every day working with our youth.
Absolutely.
I'm not for that.
I work with them for maybe 2-3 hours. They work with them for like 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't
5
want to.
days a week.
5 days a week, and they still got to grade their homework on the weekends.
Yeah.
So they're always connected. So yeah, but yeah. So I'm still coaching. So we coach as early as 3rd grade, all the way up to high school. High school is more training, but as far as like actual teams and like playing, we go from 3rd grade all the way to 8th grade. And so that's the demographic that we look to get, both boys and girls, or men and women. We just tend to get more males right now. Mm-hmm. But I'm always looking for the young women to come out and play, because we have just as much to offer to them.
Absolutely. So how far do you want to go? Is this something that you want to pursue? Do you want to become a basketball coach in the future?
I've had offers to do high school, but long term, I really believe that the message is to create programs to help build this city. And if I'm using basketball right now as that vehicle, then that's what it's going to be. But basketball for me is like maybe 10-15% the actual message or the actual goal. Everything else is for outside of basketball. Because when I first moved to Stockton, so let's just go back some. I'm not from Stockton. I am from Michigan, born and raised. Shout out to my mom, Kimberly, if she's listening, my aunt, and my family there. Hey, my brother Alex and my dad Odie. Sorry, I just had to get that out. I will feel bad. I probably got like 3 more people that I need to shout out, but I'm not gonna do it right now.
Say my name.
Right. But you guys
on Facebook,
know, right? Mad like Kyle.
Kyle Hunt.
I'm watching.
Already acting brand new.
Cousins, right?
I know, brand new.
He is so fake right now. But yeah, so I was born and raised there. My mom being the great woman that she is, so I wasn't reaching my full potential. I wasn't using all my gifts. I wasn't using all my talents. And so she offered, well, at first she called my uncle and was like, hey, can, Kyle come live with you? And he was gracious enough to say yes. And so he let me come live with him for quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And then so that's how I even got out here. But when I got out here, I was like, oh, like, where you live? I'm like, oh, I live in Stockton. And you could just see their faces like go blank, or they kind of make like a ooh type face. Like,
right.
How do you like it? And I'm like, I love it.
It's
like,
fine.
It's nothing wrong with Stockton, And they're like, well, is there like a lot of violence, a lot of crime? I said, I mean, I do hear people or things happening, people getting shot or, people going to jail, but isn't that everywhere? I mean, last time I looked, there's crime in every city.
In every neighborhood.
Especially the, more
affluent neighborhoods where a lot of break-ins.
Because that's where that's where you get most of the drug sales in some of those richer areas. But in more so poverty-stricken areas, yes, there's going to be crime. People are trying to live. People are fighting for their lives, and they're trying to do better, but they're just in situations that always don't allow them to do things the way that people think they should.
Right.
And so, but I just got tired of hearing that narrative. Then when I started working for SUSD, it became, well, how do you like those kids? Are those kids challenging? And I'm like, no,
they're just kids.
They're just kids. If you talk to them, if you treat them like
any other kids,
like people, or treat them like they have a voice.
If you're consistent,
yes. If you show your face and show that you care, not just one time, but like every time that you see them,
right,
then they're gonna give you positive feedback. They're definitely going to open up, and they're definitely going to interact with you in a way that they may not with other people. Right. And that was so true when I first started coaching at Peyton. Yeah, Peyton is in a good area, but their kids sometimes are challenging. They don't always come from the affluent background. And so I had teachers come up to me like, hey, so-and-so is going to be trouble. Hey, so-and-so is going to get kicked off the team because he won't have grades to be able to play. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue with him because I know what my gifts are and I know how to reach kids. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But you're not going to just be like, oh, you can't be on the team because so-and-so said that
you're the bad one.
You're not going to make grades.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
But that is what people do.
Yeah.
People definitely write off kids.
Yeah, it's a habit. It's just the same as they write off Stockton. And I'm glad you said that because that's something I always scream for my platform is I'm glad Kyle said that. There's nothing wrong with Stockton. And the things that are wrong with Stockton is Stockton. So coming from a person that was not born here, was not raised here, and like we've shared before, living in other states and coming from other backgrounds, when I got an opportunity to go to the larger cities, like Atlanta, visit Detroit, New York, I'm like, I need Stockton right now. Like, I had a police officer in Fulton County, Georgia, say, well, the reason why y'all have those stats is because those are the ones reported. Out here, they don't care. You just walk over it. We don't know what's going on. Nobody's calling the police about somebody getting shot or robbed. Like, they just don't care. So you guys have the statistics, and it just seems like it's a lot. But yeah, so comparing, Stockton, the children, to other major cities in different states, there's nothing.
You hear it way too much because I'm also not from here. I'm from Sac, and I know that we talked about this before we got on. So I just moved back to Sac, and so I've been here going on 7 years. And it's. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Like that's what you hear. Yeah. Stockton is. Oh, and so my mom, she came to visit me about a year ago, and every time I would talk to her on the phone, she's like, are you safe? She's actually asking me about Stockton. You safe? Make sure you stay out of trouble.
Get you a bulletproof vest.
Right.
Get under the bed. Turn the lights off.
Make sure you have your student ID on you. Do this and do that, and make sure you're being safe. And I'm like, Mom,
like for real?
Like you keep your nose hairs clean.
Right.
You're not gonna have any problems. And so she came out and she visited, and I'm driving her around, and she's just like looking around Stockton like, this place is actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we're in Stockton right now?
Yeah, we're here.
She's just like shocked, and she's like, I'm like, what are you looking at? She's like, I'm just looking at Stockton. I didn't know this was Stockton. I was like, oh yeah.
You're here.
Well, this is Stockton, so And so, what are some of the success stories that you've had, or what are some of the moments that you've been able to really connect with some of the people that you've touched?
So, I guess going back to that story of when the teachers were telling me like, those kids want to fall by the West Side. That was my second year coaching, and so 3 months into the year, next thing you know, those same teachers come back like, what did you do? I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do? There's like, no, like, what did you do? So and so has a 3.5 right now. I said, I didn't do none of his homework.
They did it.
Right. I said, I didn't go tutor him. Right. There was tutoring options that I, gave resources to, but I was like, I didn't do anything. Like, you should ask him what he did. And so
ask yourself what you did.
Or didn't do. Right. And so that right there, I try to I try to tell people it's not what I do. I don't make any baskets on when my team plays.
Right.
I don't make any passes. I don't do their homework.
Right.
But what I do, I guess what I do, if that's a, I don't know if that's English football. Yeah, whatever. Is that I let them know that they can do it. I give them confidence that they are probably looking for, especially from a male who is black, who does have a job, who has graduated from college, who is trying to do things the right way. No, I'm not perfect, and I try to show them I'm not perfect. I listen to their music. I sometimes use language that's not supposed to be used, and I have my issues, and that's what we need to see. That's what kids need to see. I think grown-ups, I think we try to show them always the good side of life, which is nothing wrong with that, but we're also setting them up for failure every time that
disappointment.
Yes, exactly. Because when they do become our age, when they do start making their path in this world, when they get into their college years, and then eventually when they do become adults, is that they look around like, man, how come nobody told me this? Or, man, how come nobody showed me this side? And I try to show them, like, and then
like, oh, so I do need credit?
Right.
Man.
Oh, so I do need to learn?
Just don't get a credit card. Baby.
Right.
Don't get a credit card.
That's all. Don't get a credit card. I'm like, no, I'd actually need one, because now no credit is just as bad as bad credit.
Yeah. Or like, damn, I need to know how to write checks.
Right.
Because like not everybody takes ATM or like debit, or I don't feel comfortable putting my information online.
Right.
Like, oh, well, I need to know how to budget and like balance, and I need to know what a I don't know, just what's it called? 401k.
Oh,
I need to know how that
retirement, investment,
and all that.
That's something that we talked about on the show last week. Is that financial planning is something that,
and especially in the African American community,
it's huge.
Especially with our black children, it's very, very difficult. And as a parent, I think I'm the only one in the room. Aww.
Hold on, this guy has lots of kids. Okay?
I do have lots of kids.
I get
to give back.
The only biological parent that went through 3 days of labor
and he watches kids all the time.
Hey, no. None of you in here.
Why am I like this though?
Has been cut.
I'm like this though.
And going through the pain.
Yes, I have kids, but don't come for no child support. They're not really mine.
Don't put that out there.
I get to give them back.
We are live right now, Kyle. You want to? There's some confessions going on.
No confessions.
Okay, just making clear.
I love all of my children. Just know that they're not.
They're
mine.
not yours.
Yeah, their parents come back and get them.
We got a blessing.
The state ain't looking right. We don't need Maury on this one.
No, Maury will not be here. Maury just walked in. Kyle, I have the results. From who? From all these women.
All these women.
Do you have your backflip ready? You need a backflip for everyone.
I know, a backflip for everyone.
Like, I told you. You up here sweating? Like, dang.
The whole audience stand up.
My favorite episode of Maury is the one where it's the Caucasian couple.
Oh, God.
And the baby is obviously mixed. And you can see the dad, he's just like, he knows the whole time. Yeah. And the mom is just like, no, he's yours. No.
Yeah.
And
I only been with you.
Only with you. Like,
but nobody else.
I am 1,000% sure.
And then Maury comes out, you are not the...
She'll run out.
Oh, my God.
She'll run half a mile away.
Yo,
Here's
man.
a shameless plug. We have a scene like that in the play coming up in March.
No.
Just want to say it. I had to. Back to sports.
Back to sports.
Hey, it's just not about sports. No, I'm joking.
It's only what you were saying is it kind of reminded me of The Lion King, and I'll kind of ask where this connects. Mm-hmm. But it's like the part in The Lion King where Simba's like, where Mufasa's telling Simba, everything that the light touches is ours. Mm-hmm. But what about that shadow you're over there?
Right.
Oh, you could never go there. Right. At some point,
he ends up going there.
We're gonna end up there, and in the movie, he does in fact end up there. But it's kind of, an analogy for life, right?
Yes.
At some point, you're gonna end up in a place that we don't want to be, or in situations that we didn't foresee ourselves being in.
Ding! Life lessons with London here on the Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show.
Hey, that is definitely.
Don's gonna be like, cut that. That's a promo.
Right. Save that.
I almost spit out my teeth.
A new segment.
Right. We can work with that.
Yeah, we can work with that.
Life lessons.
Shout out to Governor Don. Love messing with him. But yeah, no, it's absolutely right. And it's a challenge, though. Like, as a parent, that's why I believe it's extremely necessary to have mentors. I'm proud. I tell everybody, this is my son's coach. You know, I do that because there are times as a parent, we have so many things we have to focus on. It's a major responsibility, not just to have a child, but when you get into the truth about what your responsibility is, you are the example in setting them up for life. So everything you do affects that child, verbally, non-verbally, directly, indirectly. So there are some things that wisdom will teach you you're going to miss. You're not, you're trying to I'm still trying to get it together. You'll never be to a point where you've made it. I got it all right. So to have those positive mentors, those people that are showing the alternative, makes my job a little bit easier. So, we talked on the show about Isaiah and girls and that type of thing. The first person I called was Kyle. I was like, there's a Mia?
Pause.
I don't know.
Pause. Can you give us any insight into what that conversation was like?
With the mom or with him?
With him.
Let's start with the mom.
Okay.
I told her,
Really?
it's nothing wrong with him having crushes on women. Like, that's not a bad thing. But in that, I guess how I looked at it was, my mom was very cool. My mom was like, hey, just once she said, I don't want any babies. When I got old enough, not when I was 8 or 9, talking about when I got old enough to engage in those acts, she was like, look, I don't want no kids coming up here. And two, she never really chose for me. Yeah, I like her, but it was like, you just have to live. And so what I'm telling her is, let him live within reasons. Let him live within a 8 or 9 year old, boundaries and like limits. Right. Like, hey, he could think she's cute, but also say, hey, but she won't like Mia doesn't like boys that don't score 90% on their AR test. Right. Or Mia doesn't like boys that can't count and that can't do math, because then that means that they can't add their money, and it means that they can't budget. So put it into school terms, right? So that'll motivate him to keep working hard. And for him, I told him pretty much the same thing. Like, hey, like, if you're going to like this girl, that's fine. Like her, make sure that you treat her right, but also at the same time, don't let that stop you from doing any of your schoolwork
and what you need to do.
Because if she's doing what she has to do, you're going to get left behind. And that's not even just for an 8, 9-year-old. That's for men. That's for men in general.
And if you're both not doing what you're not supposed to be doing, then you're both gonna get left behind.
And also too, if she's dumb, not saying the girl is, but if any woman's dumb,
I did my research. She's not
good. See, she's and so if she wasn't studious, then he needs to cut her now. Right. He need to go ahead and just let that crush go, because we definitely can't be held back, because that's going to be a reflection on one ball when you think about it. Like, dang, they're out there putting out dudes that like girls that can't get 80% on that test. Like,
so it's a dude.
Yeah. So it's
one ball basketball team.
One ball, we
gotta get them top notch. No, see.
We do have to get the best girls though.
Oh my gosh. Well, see, and that's proof why Coach is there, because the mommy is still gonna be mommy.
Yeah,
I would not have given that that type of message.
Yeah,
to my child.
Yeah, man, she would have told him like, no, girls are like this, which is to me lying. Like, stop telling your young boys and girls that no, but that's what parents do. Stop doing that.
Try to scare you out of it.
Yeah, like don't, because then now they're gonna be socially awkward.
No girlfriends at all.
Okay,
right? That you're not stopping anything, which is what I said, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, if you want to say no girlfriends,
I know I'm representing the parent right now, but that's not what I told my child.
No.
I know. I'm just saying.
Just making clear.
That's what my mom told me.
Oh. Okay.
My mom was like, I don't want you having any girlfriends until you're 16, right? And I never had a serious girlfriend before then, but it didn't stop me from being interested.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I get that, and I don't tell the exact words that I use for my son is talking about girlfriend and boyfriend and pursuing is inappropriate at your age. and he will ask questions. Anyone that has met my child, he's very inquisitive. Let's say that. And so I tell him, just as in life, just as in school, when you're in third grade, you learn third grade things. When you get to fourth grade and so forth and matriculate through school, that's what you're going to learn. And when you become an adult in that age and mature and have the tools and resources that you need to handle that type of conversation and relationship, then you're ready. I don't, I may joke around, but I don't be like, no, you're not going to have a girlfriend, because I get it, and it is interesting to see him grow, what he likes, and we have those conversations. Is she black? Is she white? What she look like? Because I don't, I did my research now on Mia. I was a parent. I did my research on that little Mia. I did. That's his parent. That's crazy. Yeah. But I will say, this is a sidebar, then we'll get back. Mia is at the top of the class with Isaiah. Woo. So
good job, Mia. shout out to Mia.
They had a book
Isaiah.
report.
You did good, Isaiah.
They had a book report that they needed in class, and so Isaiah and Mia are one of only 7 children in the entire class that finished that report before it was due.
There it is.
And so there was an email going out. When I saw Mia's name on that list, I was like, okay, son.
What is that? So then,
all right.
So then, what is your lesson learned?
So anyway, like I'm saying, in life, there are certain things.
Here we go. What is your lesson in all this? That you are doing a good job, and that you can trust your son. And that I will
still do my research.
Right.
We'll keep doing you, because you're doing the right thing.
Okay.
Isaiah gonna be 25. Mom be like,
I'm still doing my research.
Next social media hype, like, what's her name?
Right.
Go ahead and scroll through all these pictures, make sure she ain't
got her blood type.
That's right.
Say it loose, like you 65, like loose. All these are loose women out here.
All these loose girls behind my son. Ain't nobody got
Girl,
time.
my son ain't nothing but 25. He ain't ready for you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
He is not ready for all these loose secular women.
On that note, I think it's time for a break, Alex. It's getting too hot in here.
Oh my goodness.
It is funny right now.
We will be right back here on KXVS. This is the voice of Stockton.
That's what's up.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human.